when you go over the limit at the all-you-can-eat buffet, yeah, this is what happens, guys. This is what happens. Definitely don't go over. Like, pace yourself at the all-you-can-eat. Don't eat too much. This is what happens. Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome to another Racial Legends video. Guys, this one will be about Ursuga World Color. I call her Ursuga. I think that's the correct way to say it. So her review, she's got 158 reviews, mostly positive, so almost close to 5. And she's got a few reviews at 4, which are reasonable. So Spider's Den and Fire Knights, reasonable. Although Fire Knights, I do think she can be supportive in there. So she's a Barbarian Legendary HP champion, very recent addition, guys, to the champion pool. And I got her very recently also, I think last week when we had the 2X. And just look at her. She looks like a big Valkyrie, like a Valkyrie that let herself go. So I do think she is an amazing carry. I went over her skills. I'll go over the skills with you guys again. And I've built her this way so that she can be the maximum carry that she can be for a team in the dungeons. I didn't build her for clan boss because that will mean building her a bit differently. Of course, maybe a life steal set, or depending on what else you have, maybe a stalwart set. So ideally you have a shield set and a speed set on her for just going through dungeons or faction wars, because that's what's gonna help her carry the hardest, especially in faction wars where enemies hit a ton hard and you need a big shield in the beginning. So the shield set is gonna give you like a big ass shield for 3 turns, 30% of the HP. So here we've got 75,000 HP, guys, 2.7k defense. Ideally, you would go for a bit more defense than me instead of having that 75,000 defense, and lower your speed a bit to close to 200 if you can. Maybe defensive set instead of a speed set would do much better for me. So the critical rate, critical damage is something I didn't focus at all, although as if you can get it higher, definitely wouldn't be bad. She's got okay multipliers, but I really want her there for her utility with ally protect, her debuffs, and also just applying that A1 debuff as well. So over 200 accuracy is essential. Try and get it. If you can go speed sets or defense sets, go accuracy sets. Get at least 200 accuracy, guys. So I went HP on the chest and gloves, HP on everything else, on ring, amulet, and then for banner, of course, I went for accuracy because I want to land those really important debuffs. So let's go over and look at them. So guys, I didn't max out her skill because I wanted to see how good is she without the books. Although ideally you book her out, so she needs 11 books. So let's go over that A1. Gigantic Gudgel attacks one enemy, 45% chance of placing a block cooldown skill debuff for 1 turn. This is so cool, by the way. Very high chance to apply it, although it's a one-hitting attack. Definitely helps in faction wars where you need to block the enemies from taking their A2s or A3s. So 45% chance. It goes all the way to 60%, 65 if you want the masteries. Not bad. And then attacks all enemies with her A2, barrel through. Plays a 30% decrease critical damage and a 50% decrease attack when the enemy's attack is higher than their defense. So usually an attack-based champion will be just having a decreased attack and a critical damage debuff on them. And then also place a 30% decreased speed debuff and a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns on targets whose attack is equal to or lower than their defense. So again, this is a huge debuff as well because she can also apply a decreased defense on those high defense targets and also decreased speed, which is very huge because you want those high defense tanky targets that might be applying a provoke to your team to also have a decreased speed on them. And then we look at her A3, 5 turns cooldown this one, and also the previous one had a 5 turns cooldown. Both drop to 3 turns if you fully book them out. So A3 plays a 50% ally protection, which is huge for clan boss at the 3 turns cooldown. Very, very good, guys. Protects your team and just keeps everyone alive. Plays a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns. Another very strong buff to have on a champion because that helps her survive through those ally protection hits on her. And then that passive, which is a bit unique, guys, because it decreases damage all allies receive from critical hits by 30%. So not only clan boss, although the clan boss doesn't always crit, So yeah, this is not only for clan, but this can be very helpful against, teams that have very high attack. So maybe something going against like a Folly, going against something like a Trunda, and anything that bursts, she'll stop it, because in arena, everyone's at almost 100% crit. They're gonna crit you, and you need to mitigate that damage. And Ursuga, being a high HP target, is gonna help a ton with that and survive, those big hits. And of course, it has an aura, 33% ally HP to uh, to go over all that as well. So masteries, guys, I've built her a bit, dungeon focused, so War Master, and then I went for, of course, extending the duration of debuffs with Master Hexer, and just that extra 5% chance with Sniper for her A1 that block cooldown skills. Of course, you can go a bit different if you like, and don't go offense and go defense instead, or go offense and defense for that Retribution mastery. Although I wouldn't go Retribution, because her A1 is not that important uh, to have going on a target at all times. Although it does help, it's not that important as, extending the duration of your debuffs on that A2. You can also go a bit differently, guys, than me, and try and get lasting gifts that also going to help with ally protect. So it really depends. If you don't want to care at all about clan boss, then possibly you can go for Cycle of Magic here and then go lasting gifts. So instead of going Sniper and Lore of Steel. So that's my only bit about the masteries that I have on right now. So let's go in, and I'll try her out, I guess, in the dungeons and see how big of a carry she can be. Of course, yeah, I'm just going to put, instead of having, my usual reviver in there, I'm going to have her, just by having those huge shields at the beginning from the shield set, and also the possibility to apply those debuffs. Look at that. We applied the critical damage and attack down 3 turns on almost everyone. And yeah, that definitely helps in case you get attacked. Maybe I should try a bit weaker combination instead of my end game team. That A2 does hit hard, about 15,000 there, non-crits. So 20,000 on her A1. So I'm imagining way bigger numbers if she did have 100% crit and, a ton of critical damage. Maybe a Savage set would totally showcase all of her damage. So now we're going to see how much damage we're going to take from the big boss. I think the best way to check out how much damage we would take is if we go to the ice columns, guys. So very quickly, let's go in there, which is where you really want to see how strong of a carry a tank is. So Ursuga, how good of a tank are you? So of course, we're going to get very similar team to that one. Not going to get Arbiter in there. Or should I? Yeah, I'll just go. It's a very similar team, guys. The difference with this team is that I've got Arbiter there for the quick revives, boosting all the time, and also healing a little bit. Gorgrab does almost the same thing. So her A2 is going to be very important once we reach the boss, because the boss does huge numbers when the 2 ads at the front are alive. So when those 2 ads are at the front are alive, they do the boss does damage, and it also ignores defense. So very important to actually have at least a decreased attack on the boss. So she applies both a decreased attack and a decreased critical damage, which can be huge for surviving there. Even with how tanky our champions can be, or if we have revive, having those 2 debuffs can be essential in surviving. So let's say you reach the boss with whatever else teams you had. Let's say you didn't have those 2 royal guards. Just taking down those 2 ads at the front will be essential. And now we're protected. We've got the attack down and critical damage down. We also have defense down, weaken. We've got so many debuffs. You're going to see the boss now attack. Barely scratched us because the 2 ads at the front were dead. But now he went with his other skill. And then we're going to have another royal guard go, I think. And the boss is just going to be dead. Yeah. Almost. But look at that. Look at all that shield. Look at all that shield. Definitely protected those royal guards from dying, and I think she is a real solid tank. I wonder if I should build her a bit with critical damage, guys. So let's cut this video and try her out with some critical rate and critical damage and see how high we can get her damage. So I'm not gonna put them in. I'm gonna put in my Battle Khazar, who's gonna apply poisons, and also I'm gonna put in my you're gonna see, guys. Um okay, this is the team that everybody uses to test out damage. So it's the maximum potential amount of damage you can get on a champion. So Battle Khazar gives you 20%. Venus is going to apply defense down weaken. And then Gerb type is going to give you more damage based on the debuffs you have on yourself. And then we've got Werlim, who applies a critical damage up to you. So let's go in there and see how much damage we can get on those waves. Can we actually one-shot those waves? So we've got the poisons going. Let's go defense down and weaken. Very nice. So we now apply the increased critical damage on our team. Then we go with Gerbtug, apply the poisons on us, and it also gives us a huge damage boost. So there we go. And then Ursuga, let's see your A2. How much damage can you do, girl? Can you actually clean these waves up? So let's see that A2 in action. So 82,000. I mean, not bad, not bad. Any other champion, like damaging champion with that kind of gear would have cleared the wave, honestly, guys. So that's it. If you guys wanted more info on building Ursuga, damage is not really the way to go. I would go more supportive. Use that shield set for your benefit. It definitely helps way, way more than actually just going straight up damage with her. Of course, some damage is going to help, like, look at that, 56k. It's definitely going to help, but you're not going to get the huge numbers other champions we're going to get, which are more focused in cleaning out waves. So she's going to be there for supporting your team, providing big shields with that shield set, providing huge support with that A2, A3, the passive, A1 with the block cooldowns. So look at that, 62,000, and Warmaster just a little bit under that, so 61,000. Definitely a very solid champion. When I got her, I was excited to see the legendary glow, and then I was like, oh man, it could have been a Hegemon. It could have been so many other legendaries, but oh well. You know, RNG happens with this game, guys. It's all about gambling to get the next new champion out there. And the good thing is I don't have any dupes so far for voids. There you go. 80,000 there. She did 700,000 overall. Not bad, not good. So guys, this was the video on Ursuga. What do you think about Ursuga? How have you built her? Do you have her built differently than me? Leave it down in the comments below. And of course, guys, let's do the draw for today. And the draw, as you guys know, for that whale account at the end of the month, we give out tickets every single day, guys. The word for yesterday was Christmas. The word for today is going to be Ursuga, the champion that I just showcased. And so let's go and just copy the link right here. Let's go to YouTube comment picker. This is how I do the draws, guys. YouTube comment picker definitely helps. You need to be subscribed and like the video, guys, always. Then let's just type in Christmas was the word yesterday, and let's get those YouTube comments. 186 unique commenters. Let's see who won for today, guys. And Michael Pete Checker won. Christmas might be good if I get an entry into the drawing. You did, man. You did. Congrats. By the way, guys, I also give out 5 entries to the draw if you enter my Discord channel. We only have 61 submissions so far. So guys, if you really want another ticket, that's a very good chance for you to get one. If you actually come into my Discord channel, go to the giveaways tab and click on that icon there to actually be entered into the draw for 5 extra tickets from there. So 5 winners from just my Discord alone. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.